Welcome to the RP Show.
With me, Steve Johnson. And me, the Tubiac Maniac.
Hi everybody, we are live on Instagram and Facebook. Mike is on Facebook. I am on Instagram. We're both on Zoom. Here we go.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can see. Hold on. See, now this is what this is like the behind the scenes kind of thing right here. You're not supposed to see this, but that's our little green screen action.
This is going to be like the least professional. You see people on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's Steve. Steve, say hi. Say hi to the Facebook people.
This is carnage. Absolute carnage.
This is our first go for a live episode, so cut us some slack, please.
So good evening, everybody. It's 9 p.m. here in the UK, and it's quite good in the UK today. It is the end of lockdown. So, Mike, I know you've been out of lockdown for like a year, but we're still in lockdown.
Yeah, well, yeah, July. I think July we got out. June or June. I think July we got out.
Yeah, well, for us,
it sounds like prison.
We're still in lockdown.
Like it's like I just got out.
We're coming out coming out tomorrow. So I actually got a haircut on Tuesday, which will be good.
Dude, no, I got used to your hair. What are you doing to me?
I know.
I'm supposed to be the rugged, handsome, good-looking guy. You're supposed to be the one with the long, like you're ruining the whole look of us. Now you're gonna be clean cut. I'm gonna be clean cut. Like now I'm gonna have to grow my hair out now. Like I said, we're recording this episode like as it's going on. You guys don't see the actual like RP show background, but trust me, it's gonna be there when we see the episode on YouTube. This is a first go for us.
So Mike, have we got any questions then? So the first question, nothing's come up on Instagram. You're on Facebook.
Yeah, we need some questions. Let's do it.
Somebody posted a question, Mike, and I think this is something that you've talked about a couple of times. And the question was, if you've got RP, when should you stop driving? Now, we haven't done an episode on this yet.
No, we haven't.
I know you and I have discussed it in the past. So what are your...
My take on it personally is it's a tough one. One, I don't like anybody saying to me, like, I've seen people post that in the groups and stuff like that. And I don't like anybody being like, oh, you need to stop driving. We don't have the right to tell anybody what to do. Point blank. Regardless of, we've been there and all that stuff. Everyone needs to kind of fill that in on their own journey, and figure that out. For me personally, it was how many times I got lucky not hitting something, like, and finally, driving in between. I magically drove in between. There was two kind of like those hurdle barriers, the police barriers. I somehow magically took a left, didn't realize that the road was blocked, and drove my Subaru perfectly in between those two hurdles and missed both of them easily. And then at that point I was like, oh, the road is closed. So I, turned around and went back. And that was kind of like my last moment of, I think I'm coming to the end here. How many times can I get lucky? So the question is, I think it's for most people I see is like, it's when they, oh, wow, I almost hit these kids, or, oh, I almost hit this. That's that moment. That's the moment where you need to sit there and go, is it really worth it? Is that what you want to do? What about you?
Same. For me, I agree with you. But when you've got RP, I think driving gets to a point where, like, I used to love driving. I have nice cars, like sports cars and stuff, and I really used to enjoy it. But it got to the point where driving was no longer fun. It was quite anxious and stressful.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
On a nice,
totally
nice open road.
Yeah,
I'd still be having to concentrate so hard on.
Yep, that's exactly why I stopped. That's exactly why I stopped driving, because it just became too much of work. I was like, driving shouldn't be work. Oh, by the way, we have a question. Jill has asked us. She's 46. She has RP with late stage. She was asking what what our vision is like. She's asking me, but I'm gonna put it's both here. So I'll kick it off. Mine is considered extreme tunnel vision. I have a really minute, small pocket of peripheral vision, you could say, right on the outside here. My central vision is really good, like 20/30. Like, so for being my age at 40 right now and to have that vision, I would say I'm pretty lucky. So what about you, Steve? Where are you at?
My vision started to go when I was about 15 to 18, started with a night vision. I've been a cane user for about 10 to 15 years. My left eye is considerably worse. I've
Oh,
got
Jill can
more.
hear you, by the way. Not to interrupt you, but Jill can hear you.
She can't hear me. Oh, good.
Yeah, she can.
So I've got more or less no vision in my left eye. I don't know what the actual degrees are. My right eye is what I call my good eye. I'm not able to read text anymore like Mike unless it's super big and really like zoomed in with the inverted colors
Like
and stuff
the
like that.
screen readers and things like that, right?
Yeah. So for work, I use speech software on my work laptop. I use a cane to get around. I do have central vision in my right eye, quite a small tunnel, and I can see most colours. Although my wife always corrects me on that and reckons I get most of them wrong. And obviously, like probably Jill and like Mike and like everyone else, my night vision. I don't know when that went. I'm not actually sure if I ever had.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what real night vision is.
My night
Like,
vision
so we don't
must
know,
have been bad
you
from
know.
like the day I was born. I've never been able to see in the dark for as far as I can remember. So that's my answer, Jill.
Yeah.
Live on Instagram as well, Mike. But I don't think we've had any questions that I can see.
Has anybody popped in or watching or anything?
I don't. Well,
I'm asking a blind guy, but
you're asking me, Mike. You're the one with usable vision. I don't think we've had any questions. I don't think.
But keep the questions going. Anything, we like, any kind of questions you have. For those just.
I've got a question for you, Mike.
What's the question?
Do you remember the last time you drove a car?
I do. Last time I had to drive my Mustang when I moved here to Naugatuck, the house last year. No, sorry, 2019, end of 2019. We moved here in this house October of 2019, and I didn't want my friends driving my Mustang because I had just replaced the brake master cylinder and I had no brakes. I mean, I had some brakes, but like you really needed to use the e-brake and stuff and all that. And I was like, I've done that before, and it was only a mile. Like it was just where we moved was only a mile away. So I had my friend join me because he's crazy, and my friend Vin joined me in the passenger seat, and yeah, I drove the car to here we are now. So, but yes. Oh, and before the last actual time I drove, I actually test drove my the Mustang that I'm working on right now. I drove it around the block with, once again, my help of my friend Vin as my peripheral vision. It's not completely unsafe, but it's only I would not drive by myself. Yeah. Oh, we got questions. We got stuff rolling in.
Go on then, Mike. You read the questions.
So Sheila has back. She says, hello, I'm back. She says, who is on the phone? On the phone is we're on a Zoom call. This is how we record the RP show. So Steve is on over in the UK, and I'm looking at him right now. So if you see me looking up a little bit, it's because that's where my webcam is that I see him. Oh, she's also in Connecticut. Hey, Connecticut. Woo! She's live in Connecticut. Her dad grew up in Naugatuck. I stopped driving at 43. Oh, you made it. Oh, that's pretty good. She made it pretty good. 43. That's awesome. So we're in Naugatuck, Sheila, because I'm curious. I'm over on Manners Avenue. Where are you, like, where you live in Naugatuck these days? Because it's kind of cool knowing other people, with RPN in my world. Johnny Nastri says hi. Say hello, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
We got a Melissa Barnes watching. We have a Donovan Stern watching. We have
hi, Melissa. Hi, Jonathan.
Jill has said, Jill Hers again. She bought a new car, put about 6,000 miles on it, turned my license in, and had to give it to my son. Laugh out loud. How did you two connect and start with doing the RP show? That was actually funny because Steve was on my podcast. I've got a podcast, a weekly, which is actually going to be changing. I will update you guys on the Living Free with RP situation. Steve was on my show, and I've always been somebody who believes that we're connected in some weird reason, you know, like you feel like you need, you know, like you're meant to do something with somebody and stuff like that. So I've always, when me and Steve were together doing the show, it wasn't like, okay, I'm doing my episode and just airing it. No, I felt like I need to stay in contact with this guy. I need to actually,
at the same time.
I need to do something with this, you know, with him. So we kind of start, you know, the pandemic happened and we started connecting and messaging each other. You know, I'd be working out and I'd get videos from him being like, what's up, maniac? You know, and sooner or later, I think about June or July or so last year, we kind of, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, with the popularity of Zoom and all that stuff, and I'm like, we could do a show together. I mean, even though he's over there and I'm over here, we could do a show together. So, you know, sharing, you know, our knowledge and being fun with it and all that stuff. So we went and I just contacted him. I said, hey, dude, what do you think of starting a show together? Maybe we'll call it the RP show. And, you know, we'll make it fun. We'll do this. And he was like, that is a brilliant idea. And then I designed the logo last year. And then it kind of just slowed down. So then the new year came, you know, holidays went, all that stuff. New year came and he's like, dude, let's do this. Like, it's time. So here we are, you know, and this is episode 7. And it's awesome. Actually, it's something I really look forward to. Like you know, we usually meet up around Wednesday or Thursday, sometimes during the week, and we do a Zoom together, and it's been a lot of fun. Let's see what else we got here. Josiah, let's see the scary thing. I see they got Sheila, Charbonia. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The scary thing is I did not know about my eyes until I was 43, and that's when I immediately stopped driving. I gotcha. So you didn't know you got RP, so you kind of like, and that's the scary thing about RP, right? You know, as my colleague knows, you know, especially those who are undiagnosed, you could, if I was never diagnosed, I would have been still driving past 35. What about you, Steve? Do you think you'd still be driving?
No, because I think for me it was a bit different. I could tell that there was something seriously wrong with my eyes. So back to the whole driving thing, I could really tell.
Right.
You know, it wasn't fun to drive anymore. I was having to concentrate really hard on driving. You know, it was difficult to drive in the bright sun and then through the shadows of the trees and stuff like that. So I would have stopped driving of my own accord had I even not known I had RP, because I just started finding it really difficult.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I don't think we've got any questions on the Instagram questions.
I know, Josiah, I want to know this too. I think it'll be too fast paced. I'm not sure. Snow is super reflective and great for seeing in the dark, but my reactions and field vision isn't great.
What was the question?
I don't know what Josiah was referring to. Oh, because Johnny Nashry says, I want to ski, but don't know if I can. Any tips? And that's all you, my friend.
Oh, yes. Well, that was from Johnny, was it?
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I started skiing when I was 37, and I'd been legally blind for about 10 years. I wish I'd have tried it when I could see, because I think it would be easy to learn when you've got a little bit of vision. But I can honestly say, Johnny, I would highly, highly recommend skiing for people that are blind, totally blind, or especially with RP. If you want to connect with me, Johnny, I could talk to you more about this. If you want to, find me on Facebook, Steve Johnson, I am on Facebook. If you want to message me, but I could talk about skiing all day. A couple of things that the way I do it is I have a Bluetooth headset, and my guide wears a Bluetooth headset. She wears a bright orange vest, and she skis in front, and I do my best to try and follow this bright orange vest. And I also have some really cool goggles, which I've tried all different lenses. I've got a particularly good pair which seem to really make the orange guiding vest pop. So as long as I can see the orange vest, I can follow the guide. And the Bluetooth radios are really, really good, because she can give me commands when we're going down the mountain. She can tell me to turn, how hard to turn, when to turn, and all that sort of stuff. Little things for anyone watching about skiing with RP. Do you know what the best thing about skiing with RP is, Mike? There are no wet floor signs. There are
Woo!
no lampposts.
Woo!
There are no curbs. There are no obstacles. It is just pure white snow.
No.
And it's nice and smooth, and it is like flying on frozen clouds. Skiing with RP is amazing. I cannot recommend it enough.
I could definitely see what Josiah is saying. How usually snow is our mortal enemy because of the reflective. The snow is usually right up there with the sun.
Yeah, it's really bright.
Yeah,
that's what ski goggles are for.
Yeah, which I figured, like you said, I think once you find that right pair of goggles. Nashua, no echo. He's still there.
He's still there, right? Sorry,
No,
Johnny. I hope we answered your question. I mean, the technical.
Did we cover? Yeah, we're apologizing for the technical issues, but have we, Johnny? Did we properly answer your question about skiing? I mean, I don't ski, and you know what? I do actually have an open invitation to snowboard because I don't want to ski. Even I know my partner here says it's not going to be possible, or he thinks it's going to be a little more challenging. I'm going to.
Hey, I didn't say it wasn't possible. I'm just saying, right, as a blind snow sports enthusiast, I have tried snowboarding and I have tried skiing, and I personally had more success skiing than I did snowboarding. But bear in mind, your eyesight is currently better than mine, Mike. So you might.
So be okay I would actually be able to tell, yeah, because I know you explained to me on a snowboard basically that you're still going, like, even though you're going straight, you're going left or something. Like it was like you're still like it's a different sensation than skiing. And if you don't have the right vision, you might not realize.
Well, when you're skiing with no vision, when you're skiing anyway, for sighted people or not, like you go that the direction the skis are pointing. So if your feet are pointing to the right, then you are traveling to the right, and it's fairly easy, with or without sight, to know which way you're going. But on a snowboard, they are omnidirectional, so you can sort of be going diagonally and not realize and drift off course, and you can't understand why you're not traveling in the same sort of trajectory as your guide, and it gets really, I just found it very confusing. Questions and answer, it would be so much easier.
I have way better vision than you.
But you're only young. You're just
small. Yeah, 40. So far younger than 43. You just turned 43.
40. I've got socks older than you.
I believe that, in underwear too, I bet too. Johnny Nastri says, Steve, I have seen a few videos of you on Facebook doing DIY and building. How do you do that with no vision? Well, he does have vision, not a lot of it.
No, well, I was gonna say not very well.
I think you did. I know you did tell me some tricks about cutting wood and stuff like that. How you do it, like, or something like that. Things that you do.
I got some great tricks. So I've been making some gates this week, actually, Johnny. Some big gates for the back garden. And one of the things that's really difficult is not being able to see a tape measure. That drives me insane. So usually what I tend to do is I'll get a piece of wood that I want to cut, and then I'll usually get another piece of wood a similar size, and I'll mark it up next to the one that I need to cut. And I usually put a small nick with a blade in it. So I'll do it by feel, and I'll just nick the edge of the wood with the blade. And then I'll always try and there's a famous saying, isn't there, that you're better to measure twice and cut once. which I've learned the hard way. So yeah, I do little things like that. I always try and nick things with a Stanley blade, because if you just put a bit of a gouge with a fine blade on a piece of wood, you can tend to feel it. And in my mind, I imagine it's probably a similar size to, if someone was to draw on a pencil with a piece of wood, which I just would never be able to see in a million years. Some of the things that I struggle with, Johnny, though, are things like getting things level. That's really hard. I've tried using, I've got an app on my phone, actually, Mike, called Handy Level. And it's like
I have something like that. It's like a digital.
It uses the gyroscope on the phone. And it's not bad. And I have the speech.
No, I've used it before.
I have the speech turned on, and it's like,
so it'll tell you.
Oh, it drives me insane. It's like 0.5%, 0.2%, 0.5%, 0.2%. And it's actually so stressful.
It's constantly correcting it. Yeah.
It's actually better if it's just not level. But I've done loads of things like that, but yeah,
I
DIY.
believe it or not still trust my eyes sometimes, which doesn't always come in handy all the time. I'm always like, that looks level, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, looks straight, and then then I'll
So I bet
walk
you
back
you
further, and I'll look back at it and go, that's not level.
can you still see the bubble in a spirit level? Because your central's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I can do. I can use a regular. I can use a
You'd be
regular
able to see the
level. I
bubble.
can use like the level on the phone because if I don't have my level on me, yeah, I've used. I'll grab my phone and I'll just use the level in the app.
Any other questions?
I'm still waiting. Oh, Christy says she's working from home. Oh no, working from home is the future. That's what she says. So totally agreed. Working from home is going to be the future. That is what we're going to get out of. A lot of things came out of the pandemic, and I think a lot of good things came from the pandemic. So, because people were afraid, I think, so long of doing at-home stuff. I think they didn't think it was going to work, and I think employers got scared of that, and they didn't realize that their employees are more productive at home than they are in the workplace. And now they're seeing that, and now they're seeing the growth that happened, and these opportunities that opened up. Now it opened their eyes. So now there's so many employers that are like, yeah, you know what, we will let you work from home. Yeah. So let's see what things. I'm trying to remember the questions. We did have a log. We unfortunately don't have in front of us of questions that we've kind of seen over the
the big one was when should we stop driving?
So we covered that one.
When should I start using a cane? We've covered that one.
Which we covered that on our show.
Sports with RP and working out and fitness. We've kind of covered some bits of that. We talked about skiing earlier, didn't we? For anyone that's just joined.
He's asking, what is the best app for RP? Now, Christy, are you asking like a useful app? Like that's we didn't do that. We should probably have we have to do that next season, or maybe we'll do it maybe episode 9. Maybe we can cover apps. We didn't really cover apps.
No, I think the best app for RP. I liked that. A couple that I've used, Christy. There's one called Seeing AI. That's good.
Yes, I've seen it. I got that one. Yep.
You got that one. And then the other one that is called Envision. That's really good.
Yeah, I think I've seen that too. Yep, that's a good one.
Envision. That is a phenomenal app. However, after the trial period ends, they do make you pay a subscription, which is I don't like stuff like that. But the functionality of the app is really, really good. But then if you go into the iPhone settings, there's a lot of the stuff that were in these fancy apps is slowly coming just into the phone on its own. So I guess it depends on what you want to use the app for. But yeah, there's loads of good apps now.
Oh, Jolene Vittel says, what is your show? I saw the live and stopped in. Oh, well, Jolene, it's our show is called The RP Show. You can find it on YouTube. We also have an Instagram, at The RP Show 2021. There's also a page on Facebook. You can find us, The RP Show. Multiple postings in the RP group. So if you just do a search in the RP group with The RP Show, you'll find it. I work in a sports complex. That's John Nash. Johnny Nash, he works in a sports complex. Complex.
Well, that's interesting. Doing what, Johnny?
Yeah, what do you do, Giovanni? And we have another question from Fawn also rolling in. Oh, she says Pontiac, Michigan is only about 15 minutes from her. So if I do go to Roadkill Nights, maybe I'll see you there, Fawn. Oh, Johnny Nastry is a goal ball instructor.
Goal ball.
A goal ball instructor. My father had a pink 67 Mustang. A pink 67 Mustang. He must have been really, pink. Wait, that's just an odd color to have. Jolene says, how old is your son and does he have RP? My son is 8, about to turn 9 in May. And no, he does not have RP yet, or as far as we know.
Right, well, I suppose we better wrap things up because you're back.
Better, because my phone's probably definitely gonna die.
And it's getting late here in the UK. It's 11:15. So thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for the questions.
And we'll definitely
do some more of these lives.
We're just gonna figure out when.
Tune in next week where we've got a special announcement about a few of our subscribers that they themselves don't even know.